Yo, 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 can y'all hear me? I think y'all can, and I think we're live. I got 1,080 different bottles here that we're live. I believe we are live, people. Um, Look here because YouTube has a habit of not. Okay, it says that I'm showing that I'm live, but YouTube and Google via its own browser have difficulty connecting. And I am live, so I'm right here. Okay, let me make sure. Okay, so here's the deal, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Um, I am not. There's the typical MM2K. I know Nethos. It's ridiculous. If you want, let me do this because I was just gonna do something solo for a few minutes. Let me open the Discord and Nethos at any given time. If you want to hop in, I'm in the Scram Punks Discord. So just feel free to hop on in, my friend. Because here's what's going on, man. And we've talked about this in the past. And me and you have tried to, like we've mentioned before, we've tried to be positive about all this when it comes to other YouTubers. Um, and I know I'm stumbling all over work because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm upset that I have to do this. I'm supposed to be playing Ghost Recon Breakpoint and enjoying that beta, but I got to deal with this bullshit. Okay, so here's why I feel like that I have to deal with this. Um, so I had the pleasure this morning, and I'm being facetious when I say pleasure. I had the pleasure this morning of waking up to this tweet that you're seeing here on your phone. All right. And so my bro, Next Gen 720, continuously has to respond to threats, to attempts to shame him and bully him into silence. Meanwhile, people on the other side of the tracks want to be able to sneak this and say whatever they have to say with no response whatsoever. And whenever it doesn't work out their way, then they want to make these vile threats. So to look at this tweet, somebody responds to, okay, let me do this. So to put everything in perspective, recently Boomstick had tweeted out had retweeted another response that was slanderous to broadband bullies. Okay. Somebody had put something out there to the effects of, yo, Zaire and his crew don't like Gears and all this other stuff, and they're going to be upset when Gears do this and do that and destroys the world and shits on villages or whatever the stupid message was. And Boom, in his little slide diss typical nature, he retweeted the tweet and liked it. Now, you guys are probably sitting out there thinking to yourselves, what's the big deal? Well, Boom doesn't have a small platform. He has a pretty big platform. He has pretty big outreach. You know, it may not be the largest in the world, but he has outreach. And the people look up to Boom. And a lot of people mistakenly think that just because we're on YouTube and we're bold enough to make videos and distribute them to the masses and we go back and forth in debate, that each and every single one of us does our due diligence and we know what we're talking about. So if I'm on the other end of the messages that Boom sends directly or subliminally, I'm thinking he knows what he's talking about. Therefore, I don't have to do my due diligence because Boom's done it. So in other words, if Boom is sitting there retweeting and feeding light to messages like that, then there must be some truth to it. I'm going to stay away from those broadband bullies. They're just hating on Gears and they're just hating on Xbox, right? Now, Z has we've seen this for a while. This isn't the first or the second time. We've seen it on numerous occasions. Z has decided to be silent about it. He's no longer being silent about it. And a lot of us aren't being silent about it for this particular reason. Broadband Bullies is a group of, gamers that gets together and we cut it up on Z's channel and we game and we do other things. But we also have our own entities that we help feed the brand with, right? So when you attack Broadband Bullies, when you do the Desire's crew and the Broadband, you're attacking each and every one of us. Z told you on this podcast that he don't need nobody fighting this battle. So this is beyond Z. He can handle his own battles. I done seen Z line up a whole line of jokers and just knock them down with one single punch. You know what I mean? So he don't need nobody fighting his battles. But when in the midst of us doing giveaways, like I just did a giveaway to Gavin Lodge. Big up to Gavin Lodge. He won the Remnant giveaway. You know what I'm saying? And I'm on the helm of doing another giveaway for either Gears or Game Pass, right? When we're doing giveaways, when we're trying to have gameplays with different groups of people, we were just talking about this yesterday. We try to have gameplays with different groups of people and they don't interact because they believe this hyperbole that's out here. You see what I'm saying? You attack the brand, and when you attack the brand, we ain't gonna silence you. We're not gonna do what my man says here. This cat says the Boomstick. I hope you reported this to YouTube in response to Z counteracting the narrative that Boomstick was retweeting, which was false about us. And what Z actually did is he just went out there and he said, hey, that's not true about us, but let's question what you've been involved in. You've had some people in your circle say racist, homophobic stuff, and you've given them a pass. And you know the saying, birds of a feather flock together. So that's all he was saying was if you're going to sit there and retweet this false narrative about us, we're going to counteract because you're not only just attacking me, you're attacking the brand, you're attacking Broadband Bullies, the thing that all of us has worked hard to put together along with Z, right? And we got future plans to where people like my homie D Almighty in the chat, Biggie2316, you know what I'm saying? Out here and many more that they enjoy. And we're trying to do things for them. We got a big giveaway coming up. You know what I'm saying? A big giveaway. Ain't nobody doing it like we doing it out here. Z sends his supporters or people that rock out with him stuff all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's why he gets so much support and stuff like that through the chat. So as people may be looking and they're like, oh, I wonder what this guy's all about. And they see these false narratives. It has an impact. Let me give you an example. I stumbled upon Z. It was through sheer coincidence that I'm part of the Broadband Bullies. This stuff all has truth and it all has light to it. A couple years ago, a couple of the podcasts that I was listening to, I thought they were getting too heavy-handed on the Xbox dissing, right? They were just, they were full-blown pony. And I was like, I can't listen to them anymore. So I went and Googled and I said, all right, I'm looking for some Xbox podcasts, right? And the first one that they gave me was Xbox Uncut. Okay, cool. I was happy with that one. I really love Xbox Uncut. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Great Xbox podcast. We had Will Sink on there. I've been on the show. The homie FC Violent was there. You know what I'm saying? Like, check out Xbox podcast. If you want straight Xbox dope, and they don't get into all this silly stuff, this hyperbole. They don't do this, man. They don't do this. They're straight up podcast. If you want to avoid all these little sneak disses and these threats, and you want authentic Xbox people that really play these games, go to Xbox Uncut, right? And they don't. And look. My homies there, they don't agree with your boy. But again, they're about the gaming. That's all it is. It's diversity of thought. It's all about the gaming. So I would listen to Xbox Uncut, and then after Xbox Uncut was done, I was like, yo, I have nothing else to listen to. What am I going to listen to? And then I discovered through various other podcasts, I discovered BGST. Now, let me just give y'all an interesting brief history. When I first discovered BGST, I thought BGST was Crap's thing. I thought Crap was the quote unquote leader of BGST. Why did I think that? Because when I first started listening to BGST and I would see the shows on there, man, the cats on it, they was talking bad to Z, man. I had no idea that Next Gen 720 actually created and ran BGST from his channel. I didn't know that. I mean, everybody on it was talking bad on him. So then I was listening to the subsequent shows, the Xbox Nations or whatever, you know, RDXs and all that other stuff. And I go listen to them, and they was talking about, Next Gen talking about Coalition can make another game and all this other stuff. And what's wrong with this guy? It's ridiculous. It's idiotic. I'm like, damn, man. They treat that dude, they treating this dude like Mr. Parker. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, they hammering this guy. I had no idea. And people loved it. Because that's when the Xbox community was at the highest of its hyperbole. All Z was doing was saying, hey, we can do better than what we're presenting out there. And those guys weren't having it. And they loved that. And little did I know that Z was actually the godfather of this whole thing. Because I was just introduced to this community. And people were taking an opportunity to try to curb stomp anybody that was critical of what Xbox was doing at all, whether it was positive or negative. Anything. Constructive criticism or not. And the reason why Z really didn't swing back is because I didn't realize at the time that Z was dealing with some health issues. That you got a lot of jackasses and dumbasses out here that's saying that he was faking. And they loved it. These podcasters loved the fact that they was kicking Z's back in every podcast. Just for being, and this is what he was being nice, and he was being critical, but he was being nice about it. You fast forward to now, where Z's defending himself, and in contrast, he's shining the light on y'all and saying, hey, y'all sitting there accusing me of this, but what about what y'all's doing? And y'all want to do shit like this. Quote, I'm looking into it as we speak as far as legal repercussions. I am going to contact YouTube securities and see what they say. Okay, so this is why this is laughable. Philip Moore, what's up? Darklink999, what's up? Heath Stevens, what's up, homie? Trader Great. Wait, no, we ain't got to go to war because I'm going to kill the bullshit right now. Don't get it twisted. When I say that Broadband Bullies is not only just a gathering, but it's a business too. And your boy MM2K is all about his business. I don't fuck around. I've been in the Fortune 500 world for 20 plus years. I've dealt with some of the most famous people in the world. I've had to deal with some high class profile lawsuits. Oh, trust me, I'm no dummy. And I'm not just saying that for me. I'm at the bottom of the barrel. You got people like my bro Mass. You got people like my bro King's Blood. Did y'all get our lingo messed up with what we do in real life? This is just YouTube. We just get together and cutting up. Do not confuse that and blur the lines with real life. We are not a bunch of dummies that don't know what our lines of recourse are. So when you sit there and you put things out there in social media, I'm contacting YouTube securities. What the fuck does that even mean? Who the hell is YouTube securities? Is that like Top Flight Security? Who is that? You're not scaring us. And again, what we've had to say is simply a counter narrative to the false narrative that you put out there. And the simple fact of the matter is, y'all just got to deal with the reckoning. This ain't those days when Z was in the hospital trying to stay low key, just giving his opinion, but y'all was kicking his back in. Them days is over. If y'all want to sit there and y'all want to say something, be ready to be accountable for what you say. That's it. We ain't trying to silence nobody. Y'all can say what y'all want to say 24/7. We ain't going to silence nobody. We're not going to call YouTube Top Flight Security on nobody. We're not going to do none of that. We're just going to respond with the facts, and then we're going to shine a light and say, well, what are you doing? So the people know the truth. And the truth of the matter is, whether you like it or not, is let's go through it. You want to sit there, and then the first tweet that you put out there that was misleading, and I was not truthful, was somebody had put out there, and me and Neethles, my bro was in the chat, me and Neethles was out there and we was like, yo, we was defending Boom like, no, he didn't retweet it because he was trying to sneak diss UZ or sneak diss us. He just put it out there just because it was supportive of him and he was just being dismissive of the rest. We gave you the benefit of the doubt, and we did so foolishly because time after time, after that tweet, you continued to do that and we ignored it. And we got the receipts. We keep hellified receipts if you didn't know already. And I think what the guy tweeted out there was, hey, Boom, I love your material. I'm glad you ain't gotta be like Next Gen and his cohorts or whatever the hell he said. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta do what they do and be negative and dismissive. And you liked it and you retweeted it. Underlining that false narrative. When prior to that, Z or nobody from Broadband Bullies never retweeted anything negative about you, never said anything negative about you. We've actually, me and Neethles particularly, and even Kingsblood on one of the more recent videos. I'm not putting words in nobody's mouth. He said that, hey, he ain't got nothing negative to say about you, Boom. Even though you came at him on Twitter. He said he got nothing negative to say about you. He said you're a good dude. But yet, you putting out this false narrative against us in our brand. And these ain't the old days when y'all could do that and get away with it for laughs and jokes. I remember people calling into Mooch and Crap Show, talking shit on Z while he's sick, while I knew the man was sick in the hospital. What's wrong with that Next Gen, this, that? And they just sitting there laughing. Oh, Next Gen, that's our guy, but they're ridiculous. And, just talking mad shit. Those days are over. It's just as simple as that. If you're going to put out information and it's false, it's going to be counteracted with the truth, and we're going to shine the light on you and ask you what you're doing. It's as simple as that. My bro Noah's in the chat too. What's going on, Noah? Hey, can you turn your volume down a little bit, bro? I'm echoing.
Oh, shit, my baby.
No, that's cool. That's all I'm saying, man. So we have, and the examples that were brought up is, as far as Z is concerned, that you're going to go to YouTube Top Flight Securities on. And Z said, well, what are you doing? First you had your boy Janko Yako, whatever, I don't know who this cat is. Janko Yako say some racist stuff. You stuck up for him. Then let's not forget when Diller got my man J-Dub banned on Twitter. And then Twitter went back and pulled the tapes on him saying some homophobic stuff. Let's not forget, Boom, that you was out there copping for him. Well, he's never done anything bad to me. Wow. That's a new one. He's never done anything bad to me. Forget what he did to anybody, to you, but he's done nothing bad to me, so I'm vouching for the guy. Right? I'm not going to put that one on the screen because this ain't about that. This is about letting you know that this right here that is on the screen don't mean nothing, and we know it means nothing. So let's stop with the silly stuff. Let's stop with the stupid bloviating and just saying stuff just because you don't like what we have to say. We don't like what you had to say. But in response to us not liking what you had to say, we didn't try to bully you. We didn't try to scare you into silence. We ain't try to shame you. We just came out with the truth. So if what we're saying isn't true, just come out with the truth. Stop with all this bullying. Y'all kill me with this. And this is why I said what I said last night so vigorously. The Xbox community, in large part out here on YouTube and social media, y'all are frauds. Now you got my homie right here, and look, I hate to do this because I like his material. With all the screaming and hollering and yelling and spitting all over my pop filter that I'm doing right now, I actually like Boom's material. That's why I was copping for him. That's why I was telling Z, yo, Z, he's not sneak dissing you, even though he was sneak dissing him. I just was too blind to see it. That's like, yo, he ain't sneak dissing you, Z. But even though he was doing all that, I still like his material. I even said it. I like his material. I like how he, even though I don't agree with it, I like how he lays it down. I like the whole, you know what I'm saying, the whole shebang, the whole outfit of it. You know what I'm saying? I like it. Mikey likes it. I like it. So I give him props for that. And really, despite all this, big ups to you. I hope you future success. Just don't lie on us. That's all. That's all it boils down to. Don't lie on us. But with that said, even though you was doing all that stuff, man, you said all that stuff about us, and we were letting it slide. We just can't let it slide no more. Pete Stevens says, I think these Junkbox fanboys act this way because they're butthurt because of this whole generation. They're frauds. They're frauds, Heath. You was on Scram Punks last night. Fantastic show last night. You know why I say y'all frauds? There's a handful of y'all that I don't think is frauds. My homie Tim Dog. I love Tim Dog. My homie Randolph Thor. I love Randolph. I love my homie Graphic God. He's he's just a cool guy. You know what I'm saying? And Graphic God, I'm not trying to put you in the middle of nothing, man. I know that's your homie, and to vouch for him, Graphic God does not condone anything that I'm saying. I haven't talked to him about this, and I know he doesn't. I just know he doesn't because I know him and Boom are good friends. So he has nothing to do with any of this whatsoever. With that being said, y'all frauds. Y'all want to know why I say y'all frauds? Because you got cats like this that try to be Mr. Nice Guy, right? This is Mr. Nice Guy, right? But he's continuously sneak dissing, saying something sly about somebody, saying something negative about somebody, and he got a whole bunch of followers, right? Right? He got a decent amount of followers. He doing his thing. He making some revenue from this, and he gives back. And I know that's being questioned, but I'm not even going there. I don't know nothing about that. I'm not even going there. But here and there, he fucking around with Shady, and Shady out here just doing the most ridiculous stuff. But this is Mr. Nice Guy, right? Everybody around this guy's questionable, but this is Mr. Nice Guy, right? Meanwhile, you got Dirk Griggity. He don't get into no drama. No drama. He does nothing but put out entertaining video after entertaining video after entertaining video day after day. This motherfucker ain't even at 1,000 subs. But the Xbox community is so concerned with toxicity, right? Y'all so concerned with toxicity, but everybody that y'all follow is in the midst of some toxic battles with somebody at some given time. Dirk Griggity has never gotten to it with nobody. And he ain't even got 1,000 subs. Y'all frauds. And y'all think y'all can come at us? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Stop it. Y'all gonna come at us and we gonna be silent? No. It's a false narrative. We ain't got nothing against Gears. We play Gears every goddamn day. We're critical of Xbox. Some of us aren't critical of Xbox. Some of us prefer Xbox, don't like being critical of it that much, but sometimes have, you know what I'm saying? It's a mix. It's an array. To label us and to support the narrative that that Broadband Bullies likes to hate on Xbox is a false narrative, and we're going to counteract it, period. Period. So, all of y'all out there, man, I just wanted to let y'all know that this narrative that Z just decided to pick on Noof and pick on Jaco and pick on Boom is false. Again, to recap what happened. Boom sneak dissing that reached a fever pitch. He keeps highlighting and retweeting and supporting false narratives, not just about Z, but of Broadband Bullies. He's done this on several occasions. On multiple occasions, up until now, we've told Z, don't worry about it. We've capped for Boom. Me and Nethos particularly, we've capped for him. We said, Z, don't even worry about it. This time, there was no more capping for it. It was more than evident when he retweeted what he retweeted, what he would like, and then when he came after Kingsblood, even though Kingsblood don't even care about none of this stuff, but when he came after Kingsblood, his agenda was proven 150%. So Z responded, and we responded as well. And we said, we see what you're doing. And what Z did in response to that is he simply said, you want to sit there and put these false narratives on us, but let's shine a light on what you're doing. Your homie Jaco Yinkin, or I don't know, man. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I don't know how to pronounce his name. Your man Jaco had some smart stuff to say. I don't know if you ever addressed that. Your man Noof had said some super suspect stuff, and Z said I had to get in the middle of that. And we don't know if you ever addressed that, boom. When Diller sat there and did his little fuddy-duddy stuff against J-Dub, and then he had his homophobic responses. And it was to the point to where when your boy Mike Ybarra found out about it, he had to take away his membership. So it wasn't something to gloss over. But how did you handle it, boom? You said, oh, well, he's been cool with me, so I'm a vouch for him. And we got the receipts, because I responded to you initially when you had to say that. So all we're saying in contrast is with all the sneak dissing that you're doing, what about what you doing? That's it. So all this stupid top flight security, we're going to call YouTube and call the YouTube counselors and all this, man, stop. Just stop the sneak dissing, man. Stop the sneak dissing. Do what you do. Totally and wholeheartedly be positive. Right? Totally and wholeheartedly be positive. And don't just be positive by pointing the fingers at other people. Look at your circle. You're doing shows with a guy that's going around attacking people viciously. I mean, we don't care. We think it's funny. He just makes material for the best damn podcast. But I'm saying, these quote-unquote non-toxic people, he's sitting there attacking female hosts on that. You running around with that, but you want to be Mr. Nice Guy. It doesn't work, boom. It doesn't work. At work, we call this the coming to Jesus moment. We're just giving you a coming to Jesus moment. You can play the Mr. Nice Guy all you want, but as long as your circle is suspect, as long as you keep doing sneak dissing, the proof is in the pudding. So that's all we're saying. Nobody's had anything to say about you in the past. Even when you've had or you've supported things against us, we've said nothing. We were positive. Even in the midst of this, we're still being positive. I still like your material. Kingsblood said that he got nothing negative to say about you. You a good guy. But again, if you're going to attack our brand, if you're going to attack our efforts and misrepresent our efforts and misrepresent our crew, then we're going to respond. We're not going to try to silence you. We're going to let you keep digging yourself in a hole further and further. But we're going to respond with the truth. And that's it. That's it. If you don't like it, I don't care. Put it in your pipe and smoke it. Let me go to the chat. Tired of the dumb shit, man. I just want to play some Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Like I said, I've been in support of this guy, but we're gonna call out the bullshit. Biggie2316 said, hey, did you see the vid I did? The original vid was 2:30. Twitter had cut me off 43 seconds. Hey, Biggie, DM me that video just so we can add it to our receipts. Heath Stevens in the chat, Dark Lake 999. Philip Moore, what up, MM2K, love your call. Hey, thank you, Philip. I appreciate it, man. I'm sorry. And I know it's early. I'm sorry for all the screaming. CD Mac 5 said what was said about him. I hope you caught me rehashing everything. Again, for those of you that are just filling in, You got Mr Boomstick XL, prominent Xbox YouTuber. He said he got to go to the YouTube council. He got to go to the YouTube UN and see if he can get Triple B sanctioned. You know what I'm saying? Even though we got record of sneak dissing, supporting, or being dismissive of peculiar behavior amongst his peers. You know what I mean? But you're going to go to YouTube authorities on us. Try it as you may. But like I said, do not judge a book by its cover. That's the oldest adage out there, man. Don't judge a book by its cover. Because we be out here talking and cutting up and all this other stuff, we're not a bunch of dummies. Don't think something silly like I'm looking into contacting the YouTube security. I'm out here. Hey, yo. Is you contacting authorities at YouTube, or you contacting the security like you want to do some stocks and bonds? You trade some YouTube stocks, or you calling security on us? What is it? Let me go back to the chat, man. I got to. Ice Queen Gaming, what's up? What's up, Ice Queen? Miko Doss, what's up? Yo. Obi-Wan says I'm all for positivity on both sides. Need to stop the Photoshop bullshit. Trader Great. Man, I'm just saying, man. Like, we're not dumb. We're not dummies, okay? We're not a bunch of dummies. Oh, shoot. What the hell? Your veil threats ain't going. They're not going. We're not going to allow you to bully us with your veil threats. That's all they are. You're trying to bully us with your veil threats. We didn't just come out of nowhere and just make comments. We made comments in contrast to a false narrative that we got heavily documented, that you've put out there against us, that you've supported, and that's why we said what we said. And what we said was the truth. You know, like the things that we highlighted in that video were are documented. They're documented. They're there. So we simply asked the question, you know the adage, birds of a feather flock together. What do you really support? And we raised a reasonable question. Are you really Mr. Nice Guy? That's all that we put out there in light of the evidence. Now, we're not going to stop your right. You have a right, Boom. You have a right to support, and even if it's wrong. You have a right to support any comment that you want to support. But if you use your platform to spread slanderous and incorrect information, we have a right to respond. It's as simple as that. We're no dummies. So stop with this. Now this can all go away. You know how this all can go away? You go about your business, we'll go about ours. But again, we got initiatives that we're trying to do. We got raffles that we're really trying to support. Let me say this and then I'm going to close out, y'all. Let me say this and then I'm going to close out. The reason why, Neverland, what's up, homie? The reason why I'm so vigorously fighting this, and this is like 15 minutes longer than what I wanted it to be, because my homie Noah's like, MM2K, shut the hell up so we can play some Ghost Recon Breakpoint. The reason why I'm fighting this so vigorously is because I want to say about a year ago, we had a similar instance. I'm not going to name any names because it ain't about that. It's just sending a message that we're no longer going to let the false narratives fly. YouTuber came out there, said some false things about us, misrepresented Broadband Bullies. Now, while they were doing this misrepresentation, we had a big time business deal that was being worked on behind the scenes. I mean, big time business deal. What we had did, what we learned from that business deal is this person that went out here and said these falsehoods about Broadband Bullies, we actually was like, hey, this person rocks out with us, you know what I'm saying, in light of trying to help out everybody that rocks out with Broadband Bullies. This person rocks out with us. Check out their channel and check out their family of stuff, of content too, because we try to support everybody that supports us as well. And the person on the other end of this business transaction was like, cool. So we'll call this person Mystery X. Person X went out there later while this business transaction is happening. Person X went out there and said some false things about Broadband Bullies. So the business entity came back to us and said, hold on. This individual that y'all told us that rock out with y'all, that can vouch for y'all, if they're saying this about you, y'all might be a problem. So we're backing up from this business deal. And it was a real deal. It was a real deal. It was a real big deal. And it would have really benefited the community tremendously, because it would have allowed us to bring forth a lot of top-notch entertainment. But it's here nor there. We've moved past that. But I'm just saying that one was a serious ordeal at the time. Okay. And we've learned from that. And I've particularly learned from that when you let people put these false narratives out here and you just let it fly, whether it's true or not, it hurts the brand. Hence why Boom even feels like that he got to respond. Hence why we had to respond, Boom. But see, Boom is going out into the weeds, talking about he going to call YouTube securities. We didn't counteract with the truth at the time. We just let it slide. We took it all in as the joking and the fun, but then it steamrolled into something bigger. You know what I'm saying? And we learned from that. And because we learned from that, we're not letting it steamroll anymore. When we see these false narratives out here from these prominent YouTube figures or these figures with the following, we're going to respond to it. You're going to have to be accountable for what you say. It's just as simple as that. Because the truth of the matter is, just like that business entity did, when you say things, the listening public figures that you've done your due diligence and you know what you're talking about. So you're not going to mention something, or you're not going to support a narrative that isn't true. That's the mind state. That's perception. I always say perception is 9/10 of the law. Now, the question that we posed in response to what you had to say, Boom, we got the receipts out there. We put all the evidence out there. Z was like, you know how ZB, look. Let me pull the receipts. But in contrast, you're supporting narratives, you're boosting information that is inaccurate, and you don't have any support behind it. So who's calling YouTube securities on who? Do you see what I'm saying? I hope you're having your coming to Jesus moment right now. Everything that we've had to say, let me repeat it for you, and then I'm going to close out. Everything that we've had to say, in contrast to the false narratives that you boosted, we have receipts on. Therefore, because we have receipts, we simply pose the question. However, the false narrative that you're boosting, that you're promoting, you have no receipts on. Even Nethos had to prove you wrong on something that you were trying to run with on Twitter. And you're calling YouTube top flight securities on us? Stop it. So with that said, that's all I have to say on the matter. Give me a few moments to gather myself with my brother, 706 Gamer. We're going to be, I guess we're going to be dual streaming. What do you call it? Ghost Week on Breakpoint. We're going to be dual streaming that. Oh, excuse me. So definitely check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm glad to see that there is no, I'm glad to see that there's no NDA on it, so you'll get to see all the tasty goodness of that. And, we're going to be doing some more stuff. And as you guys are checking this out, please check out my last video too. I did a very good video on the response to Gears 5 getting an 86 so far in this initial Metacritic. I didn't want to put anything else out in this vein to overshadow that, but just I had to say something. So with that said, I want to thank everybody that came out. Yeah, we playing on PC, Neverland. We playing on, well, I don't know. We might, if you have a beta too, we might play on the box. But I'm thinking about playing on PC. Wraith World, D Almighty, Obi-Wan. You know what I'm saying? Biggie2316. I see your video, Biggie. I'm gonna check it out. Ice Queen, Heath Stevens. You know what I'm saying? Philip Moore. I appreciate you, Philip Moore. We try and do some things for y'all, man. We're just trying to take care of all this foolery that's going out here that's going to hamper that. We got a lot of stuff that we're doing for y'all, and y'all gonna like this. We got a big time giveaway, man. Y'all gonna like this, man. But a lot of people miss out on these opportunities because of dumb shit like this that you see on your screen. It's dumb shit like this that give people false narratives and they miss out. I had people after my remnant. I'm gonna just give you, okay, I'm gonna say this and shut up, but let me, Nethos, everybody in the chat, thank you. Let me say this real quick before I shut up, and then I'm gonna close out with this. When I did my remnant giveaway, I saw the activity on it, so a lot of people were looking at it, but a lot of people didn't participate. And I was like, why aren't these people retweeting it or doing, just making sure that they're eligible? So after I really gave it away and my homie Gavin Lodge actually won it and then verified that he got it and he's playing the game and installed it, you know what I'm saying? Big out to him. Big ups to him. I had people DMing me. And they said, oh man, I really wanted that game. I wish I would have participated. And I'm like, why didn't you participate? And then I had to sit back and think about it. It's because of shit like this. They're making it seem like that we're scamming. They making it seem like we ain't got no money. All this false stuff. Perception is 9/10 of the law. So when y'all put out these false narratives, it helps the initiatives that we're trying to do. I could have kept my $40. This is something that I'm doing for the community. So it's not about me doing it for myself. I'm doing it for the community to show appreciation. But people don't partake in it because this falsehood is being spread so easily and it's not being challenged. And that's our fault. That was our fault for not challenging it. Now we're challenging it. That's simply it. So with that said, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, for listening. I appreciate y'all. I'm done babbling. It's time for some gaming, man. I'm just tired of the bullshit. So hopefully, Boom and whoever, y'all stop with the sneak dissing. Hopefully y'all stop with the sly comments and the shaming. Oh, I can't believe the next gen did this, or Zaire's crew. Hopefully y'all stop with all that dumb shit. If not, then we have the right to respond. Even though we don't like what you're doing, you have the right to do it. And therefore we have the right to respond. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for coming out. I appreciate y'all. As always, despite all this silly foolishness, y'all have a wonderful gaming day. Peace.